Today we are going to dive into the nitty-gritty about Lakewood Ranch. Not just the pretty pictures that we see in so many videos. Nope, I want to share with you some truths about Lakewood Ranch that you don't normally hear. So I'm going to talk about our villages, aka our neighborhoods. I'm going to talk about our builders a little bit. I'm definitely going to talk about our cost of living. And I'm going to answer that question, how close are we exactly to all of the beautiful Florida Gulf Coast beaches? Before we get started though, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts, and my team and I love helping so many of you buy, sell, invest in real estate, so give me a call today. And please do all those YouTube things, subscribe, like, and please leave comments and let me know what questions you have and what do you think about Lakewood Ranch. Okay, let's dive into learning about our villages. I get asked a lot of these questions, so I wanted to share them with you. And the number one question is, are all of the villages gated? And the short answer is no, they're not all gated. For instance, our original neighborhoods of Greenbrook, Summerfield, Riverwalk, they are not gated neighborhoods. So you can easily drive through them, get a sense of the neighborhood, kind of get an idea of what they're like. However, the next phases that were developed in Lakewood Ranch, such as Edgewater, Lakewood Ranch Country Club, Esplanade, Central Park, they are gated, and many of our future neighborhoods are gated as well. The nice thing is, when they're being developed though, typically the gates are open because the models are there to be shown, so you can drive through the neighborhoods and get a real sense of what that community is going to feel like. Now, our brand new area of Waterside, there will be 12 neighborhoods or 12 villages within Waterside, and none of them are going to be gated. And they did that intentionally because they want the lifestyle around Waterside to be about the water. It's going to have a lot of walking trails and community feel and downtown Waterside Place, which is beautiful. And as a Waterside resident, I can honestly say I love that they're not gated because I'm a big walker and I love walking along all these big, beautiful lakes. Kingfisher Lake and Spoonbill Lake are beautiful. So Waterside neighborhoods are not gated. The next thing that I get asked often is specifically about our villages. Like, for instance, can you choose a lot in one village and bring your own builder in? And that answer is no, because all of our villages, neighborhoods are developed specifically by one builder primarily. Now, occasionally we will have some neighborhoods where there'll be 2, 3, 4 different builders, but each village is primarily developed by one production builder. And here in Florida, we have lots of production builders and some of the best in the nation. For instance, here, some of our builders that you may have heard of, Toll Brothers, Lennar Homes, D.R. Horton, Taylor Morrison, just to name a few of them. We also have some Florida production builders such as Neil and Neil Signature Homes. So the builders will complete a neighborhood. They will have a set number of floor plans. They will have design choices. So this is definitely not custom or fully custom built homes. With production builders, you have some choices, but you're not going to be able to move walls around. You're not going to be able to go to a design house and pick out your slab of granite or marble that you want on your countertops. No, you're going to have a number of selections that the production builders have pre-selected for you to choose from. So even though you are building your own home, you are putting your own touches on it, your own aesthetic on it, you definitely are not building custom homes unless you get into our luxury builders such as AR Homes, Stock Homes, Lee Wetherington Homes, John Cannon. You can definitely have a lot more flexibility with our luxury builders. But remember, those price points are going to be well into the $2 and $3 million and up price points for our luxury builders. So Unfortunately, you cannot choose your lot or a builder in different communities. Now, something that all of our villages do have in common is two things. First of all, they will all be deed restricted neighborhoods that have HOA fees, and they will have CDD fees, or Community Development District fees, or basically an additional tax. Here in Lakewood Ranch, they call it a stewardship fee. And what that does is they pay for the infrastructure, our roadways, the beautification of our parks, make sure everything stays as beautiful as you first see it. So there's a lot of landscaping, road work, everything that you need to do to maintain this beautiful part of Lakewood Ranch is part of our stewardship fees. And as I said, it's paid with your taxes. So yes, our taxes overall are going to be a little bit higher than Sarasota or Bradenton or Venice even for the most part. And the other thing is our HOA fees, well, they run the gamut depending on your neighborhood. Some of our original neighborhoods are going to have very low HOA fees as they don't have the amenities that we're seeing in today's newer neighborhoods. So yes, you can find a neighborhood that has less than $100 a month HOA fee. Typically, we're probably looking $350 to $450 in most neighborhoods. And those neighborhoods that have resort pools, activities director, restaurant on site, well, most likely you're going to be $700 to $800 a month for HOA fees in those villages. One more question I often get asked about our villages: can you use the amenities in an adjoining village? For instance, you may live in Park East, which is a Taylor Morrison community, and it's right next to Esplanade by Taylor Morrison. Unfortunately, they do not share amenities. Your HOA fee dictates what you have access to. So unfortunately, here in Lakewood Ranch, you are restricted by the community that you live in as far as your amenities. So let's talk about the cost to live in Lakewood Ranch, because there's definitely a premium that we're paying to live in this beautiful master plan community. The median price of a home here in Lakewood Ranch currently is $750,000, and our average price is going to top out over $900,000. So yes, that is a little pricier than many communities, but we do have neighborhoods and builders specifically geared towards more affordability. For instance, we have Solera by D.R. Horton. Taylor Morrison is building townhomes that are starting under $300,000. MI has townhomes in Manatee, which is part of Waterside, that they're building at affordable prices. And Ryan Homes also has a neighborhood specifically geared at younger first-time buyers. So there's a lot of options when it comes to real estate here in all price points. And curious who's living in Lakewood Ranch? Well, people are coming from everywhere. A lot of people that are living in Lakewood Ranch have already lived in Sarasota or Manatee County and have decided to call Lakewood Ranch home. Whether that's they're moving up, moving down, downsizing, right-sizing, whatever fits their needs, we're finding it right here in Lakewood Ranch. Also, over 50% of our residents are actually coming from other states. And they're coming from New York, New Jersey, Detroit, Chicago, Dallas, St. Louis, all over the place, are discovering what it's like to live in this beautiful master plan community. Now, our average age of our residents here is 53 years old. However, we're seeing it become younger and younger. We have a lot more families with school-age children. We have lots of wonderful schools. So our demographics is really changing. We have such great diversity amongst all of our residents, and you will see anyone and everyone out on a regular basis. Okay, the last thing I want to touch on, so how far is Lakewood Ranch from those beautiful Florida Gulf Coast beaches? Because everyone asks this. And I see it even written on propaganda that says we're only 20 minutes from the beach in Lakewood Ranch. Well, we're only 20 minutes from the beach if there's no traffic, perfect day, off season. If you're really lucky, you might be able to get to the beaches in 20 minutes. However, typically I'm going to tell you it's going to be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And that depends exactly where you live in Lakewood Ranch and if it's season or not. So if you're living on Waterside or south side of Lakewood Ranch, closer to University Parkway, close to Lorraine, you definitely can be at Siesta Key within 30-35 minutes. If you're heading to Anna Maria Island, that's going to take a little longer. And if you live in the northern part of Lakewood Ranch, in Esplanade Rosario, Star Farms, Sweetwater, you're driving 45 minutes most likely, if not an hour during season to get to our beaches. But they're well worth the drive. So is Lakewood Ranch close to beaches? Well, yes and no. It's definitely very easy to get to, and if you live in this area, I highly recommend enjoying the beaches as much as possible. But there you have it, some facts, some statistics, some things that we rarely talk about when it comes to our villages, builders, and our location here in Lakewood Ranch. So what questions do you have? Please give me a call, put them in the comments below, and let me know how I can help. As always, I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, take care.